Hello, guys. Good evening. Good evening, guys. How are you doing? How's it going tonight? How are you? Hello, guys. I am waiting for you. Guys, it's 7:28. It's about the time is, you know, why don't you show up earlier, a little bit in advance? I don't know why. Well, I will wait until you show up. That's it. I can't help it. You know, I'm your teacher, and well, I must wait until you show up. It's 7:29, 1 minute for the class. Well, I am an early person, I want to show up earlier to almost everything. When I have classes, when I have a conference, when I have a meeting, when I have whatever it is. Okay, I try to arrive earlier, like 20, half an hour, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, but not late, you know? I don't like arriving late to, well, all my responsibilities, all the activities I have, my schedules, well, I try to show up earlier or on time, on time or in time. I don't know. What is the correct expression? Let me see. Let me see for the correct expression about this. No people yet. My goodness. Yes, it's in time. Okay, in time. Well, if you don't show up in 2 minutes, I will start the class by myself. 7, 30, 31, 32. Okay. Well, guys, tonight I am going to explain you a little bit about mind maps. Okay. We are going to design a mind map to show up, well, to show our English learning process. Okay. Vamos a hacer un mapa mental en donde usted dibuje cómo ha sido el proceso de aprendizaje del inglés. ¿Qué herramientas de tecnología ha utilizado? Computador, televisor, celular, internet, libros, profesores, bibliotecas, whatever it is, ¿ok? Entonces vamos a hacer un mapa mental con todas estas cositas que usted ha utilizado durante su proceso de aprendizaje del idioma inglés. ¿Ok? I hope everything is so clear. ¿Ok? Creo que está muy claro lo que expliqué. Un mapa mental en donde usted muestre qué medios tecnológicos, qué herramientas y qué estrategias ha utilizado para el aprendizaje de su idioma inglés. Entonces, la evidencia, bueno, voy a compartirles la guía, voy a compartirles la guía de aprendizaje para nuestra sesión, chicos. Es esta, Mind Map, okay? Well, this is the name of the activity or what you are required to do for the activity. Evidencia producto. Mapa mental sobre su Personal Learning Environment, PLE, Personal Learning Environment. O sea, ¿qué es eso? Ese es el entorno en el que usted, personal, aprendió su idioma inglés o ha utilizado para aprender el idioma inglés. Eso se llama Personal Learning Environment. Personal porque es suyo. Environment es el entorno y learning es el aprendizaje, ¿ok? Entonces, ¿qué va a hacer usted? Va a hacer un mapita mental en una sola hoja y ahí va a mostrar las estrategias, herramientas o estrategias, herramientas, se me olvidó la otra palabra. Bueno, que usted utilizó ha utilizado durante el proceso de aprendizaje del inglés. ¿Listo? Herramientas, estrategias, medios, todo esto que usted ha utilizado desde que usted empezó a estudiar inglés, de pronto en el preescolar, en la primaria, en el bachillerato, donde usted empezó, cómo empezó, con qué empezó, qué ayudas didácticas utilizó, qué instrumentos de tecnología, qué medios tecnológicos utilizó, computadores, celulares, televisores, radios. Bueno, ¿ok? Bueno, entonces vamos a hacer solamente una página nomás y usted ahí va a mostrar, el mapa mental que usted utilizó. ¿Listo? Los medios que usted utilizó, perdón, para, para aprender inglés. Entonces, voy a mostrarles un mapa mental aquí, muy bonito, muy bonito. Este fue diseñado por otro compañero de ustedes y se los voy a compartir, muchachos. Voy a compartirles este mapa, un mapa mental muy lindo que hay aquí, que yo tengo para que ustedes se guíen y vean cómo se puede hacer el mapa mental. Esta es una muestra, ¿ok? Miren lo tan bonito que es, ¿ok? Mind map, biography. I am Angie Garcia, 26 years old. I was born and have always lived and studied in Santa Marta, Colombia. Well, y esta personita mostró las diferentes etapas. First stage, primera etapa, segunda etapa, tan, tan, tan. Okay? This is just a small sample, okay, for your mind map. Este es un ejemplo pequeño. Usted puede hacerlo como usted lo quiera hacer, okay? Let's have a look to one video. Vamos a mirar un video en donde ustedes van a aprender a hacer un mapa mental. ¿Listo? Usando Microsoft Word. ¿Ok? Vamos a utilizar Microsoft Word to design our mind map. ¿Ok? Voy a compartirlo con ustedes. Voy a compartir con ustedes este video. Ahí les voy a compartir el link del video. Se los voy a compartir aquí en el chat box. Aquí en este chat box se los voy a compartir. How to make a mind map using Word. ¿Cómo hacer un mapa mental utilizando Word? ¿Ok? Entonces, vamos a ver el video. Vamos a ver el video. Es muy sencillo. Well, I hope you understand. Well, that the person is going to explain us in English. La explicación es en inglés, pero es en Word, o sea, ahí lo vamos a tener, vamos a utilizar nuestro computador para hacer el diseño. ¿Ok? Ok, guys.
Tutorial how you can use your Word to create a mind map. To begin with, I would like you to go to page layout and change your page from portrait to landscape. So click orientation and then change portrait to landscape. Once you have changed your page as landscape, you have to enlarge as much as possible your margins. And then start from the middle of your page and enter there the basic shape. We are going to use shapes or uncertain shapes. The best way is to use something in the beginning and then expand it. And it's a good idea to use color coding to separate your thoughts and at the same time the ideas. So for example, I'm starting my and that's my first thought, like a bubble thought. Once I draw that shape, the call out or the cloud, it opened the drawing tool and I can play around. I can change the outside, or I can go more and choose other colors. For example, I'm choosing this, and then I want to change completely the color, and I can do that. And I can have 3D effects. I can change it, or I can go back and have a shadow, or I can put a different fill in there, more fill colors, and I can put something like this in there. So you can play as you want, and you can change it again. So not, and you can put your idea there and start writing. Research project is your question. Research program. So you're thinking and you're brainstorming now what is included in a research program. And you can insert any other shape. And the good idea is to connect the shapes. So, for example, research program means sources. Okay, again, you can have no fill and you can change it and you can color code all of these things here green. So research project means information or evidence. Okay, and you can always use the arrows to connect it. And now you can play around the evidence and you can tell us what kind of evidence you mean. For example, your evidence is you see how I'm changing it and I have all color coded. So your evidence is an experiment. And you connect that with that. Or your evidence is some readings, some literature review. Which we call it sources, secondary sources. And now you decided that you will have this evidence and you can add it and make it bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you can say, now I'm going to discuss that my research project has also to have a method of presentation. How will I present it? And you're thinking, I'm going to make a video. So you change the color, something that people can see. Okay, it's a video. Or you're thinking, no, I'm not going to have a video, I can present it as an essay. Okay, and then slowly you can fill it up as the sample of the student that's attached to the site. Thank you.
¿Cuál es mi ingrediente secreto? Mi nevera Electrolux. Electrolux for better living.
Well, okay. So that was the example of how to make or how to design your mind map to tell a story, to like to present a topic with subtopics and with other ideas in order to tell a story, in order to show a process, in order to talk about whatever it is. Okay. Esa es una manera muy interesante de hacer un mapa mental. Ustedes lo pueden hacer como ustedes quieran. Recuerden el mapa que les compartí ahorita. Voy a volvérselo a compartir. Es muy diferente. Es muy diferente. pues es un poquito más complicado, pero es mucho más bonito y mucho más claro. Si se quiere, ¿ok? Ustedes lo pueden hacer así, lo pueden hacer, well, take into account whatever. Use any software, any strategy, any tool, well, anything to help yourself, ¿ok? Utilice lo que usted necesite para hacer el mapa mental. Hágalo muy sencillito, por favor. No se complique la vida. Vamos a hacer como quiera, como les quede más fácil, a través de círculos, a través de rectángulos. Aquí han utilizado rectángulos. Mire, la chica, usted lo puede hacer a través de círculos, usted lo puede traer a través de nubes, como lo hicieron en el video. Well, it's up to you. Usted lo hace como usted quiera, simple y llanamente, que la historia que usted cuente a través de ese mapa sea fácil de entender. Acuérdese que se llama Personal Learning Environment. Personal Learning Environment. Eso se llama ambiente personal de aprendizaje. Ambiente personal de aprendizaje. Personal Learning Environment. ¿Ok? Entonces, eso es lo que vamos a hacer, chicos. En una sola página, ustedes van a hacer su mapa mental y me lo van a enviar, ¿ok? Recuerden que dentro de 8 días, el lunes es festivo, entonces corremos la clase para el día martes, ¿ok? Tuesday at 7:30, at the same time, the same hour, a la misma hora, ¿ok? Vamos a hacer la clase. Vamos a mirar un mapa mental, otro diferente, pero aquí la chica va a utilizar el mapa mental es para estudiar, o sea, miren lo importante que nosotros podemos plasmar las ideas en nuestro mapa mental y nos sirve para estudiar. Entonces vamos a ver este otro video, ¿ok? It's a very short video as well. Let's have a look to the video, please. Well, since the beginning.
One of my favorite ways to take notes. Now, traditionally, most students take notes in outline format. But one of the ways that I took my notes in nursing school was using mind maps, or how some students like to call them, concept maps. Now, the reason why I like mind maps over outlines when it comes to taking notes is because I feel like outlines force you to absorb and format your information and organize it all at the same time, which doesn't really give you enough time to kind of process the information and for you to make your own connections. With mind maps, on the other hand, you have time to absorb the information, kind of make sense of it on your own, and then with the mind map, you can draw connections between the different material that you're learning in that particular class. And that's actually the way that our brain normally works. When we receive new information, our mind automatically starts associating it to things that we've learned in the past, which makes it easier for us to recall later on when we need the information. So what I'm going to do now is switch camera angles, and I'm going to show you how simple it is to create a mind map of your notes.
Now, the catch with mind maps is that you need to have already gone to lecture or read the material for the particular section. You're going to start off with a blank piece of paper, and either in the middle or at the top of the section, you're going to write the main topic. From there, you're going to branch off into the different sections that make up that particular topic.
Miren el ejemplo que está dando la chica. Miren, es muy sencillo este mapa mental. Ella hace un primer cuadrito donde está el tema principal, diabetes. Diabetes, ¿ok? Luego hay dos tipos de diabetes, tipo 1 y tipo 2. Pancreas o insulin, ¿ok? Entonces fíjese cómo ella va organizando el tema principal, que es la diabetes. Luego subtemas, que es tipo 1 y tipo 2. Y viene a escribir cositas debajo de cada uno de esos subtítulos para crear como una secuencia bien organizada para mostrarnos a nosotros o para ella estudiar a través de su mapa mental.
As you guys can see here, I'm basically breaking down the different types of diabetes into type 1 and type 2. I'm going into what causes each of them, and then what are some of the signs and symptoms of diabetes. I'm using arrows, clouds, and circles to kind of pinpoint different sections. And then to add color, I'm using highlighters, and I'm also using colored sticky notes to just draw my eye to particular sections that I'm going to need to know for my exam. And it also makes it really pretty when things are colorful. And let's be honest, as girls, we want our notes to be pretty as well as informative. Often I use arrows to draw my attention to what would come next in a particular section. So once I understand what causes diabetes and what the signs and symptoms are, I might want to know what a nurse would do to confirm if somebody has diabetes. So in this case, we would do a glucose tolerance test. So the arrow is pointing to that coming next. One of the things that I also like to do is use really bright sticky notes for information that I'm going to need to absolutely know for my exam. And it kind of just breaks it up. And it's something that I can peel off if I want to test myself later. Get creative with your mind maps and make them yours.
Well, that's it. I hope that you found this video helpful. And before you go, make sure that you go ahead and sign up to my VIP list. The link is down below. And what you're going to get directly in your email box is a 4-part video series of how to rock at college. And don't forget to leave me a comment. I want to know if you've ever heard of concept maps before or mind mapping, and if you found them useful for studying. I will see you all in next week's video. Bye. Hey everyone. So
Well, okay, now the second video is just she was telling us how she uses these mind maps to study for exams, to study to study herself, okay? Before an exam or for a presentation or for whatever she has in her school or nursing school because she is a nursing student. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for attending the session. Well, nobody showed up. I don't know why. I created the session yesterday, Sunday, so I don't know why you didn't show up tonight, Monday, because I created the session yesterday, Sunday, in the afternoon, I think. So you well had all day to start to have a look to the platform, to the academic platform. I don't know why you didn't show up. I don't know why you didn't see the platform. I don't know why. Okay, but don't worry. The video is recorded, so I will send it to you tomorrow. Okay, guys, I will send you the video and as well as the learning guide for this session. Remember, just one page, mind map, one page for the next for the current week. And remember, next week Monday is going to be a holiday, so we will have the class next Tuesday. Okay, guys, thank you for attending the session. Well, no, thank you for having a look to the recording and to reading the learning guide because well, it's your obligation reading the learning guide and watching the video to see the guidelines for the current evidence mind map for your personal learning environment. Okay, so remember, es cómo usted aprendió inglés, que ha estudiado inglés, qué estrategias, qué herramientas, qué métodos, qué ayudas ha utilizado usted para estudiar inglés a lo largo de su vida, ¿ok? Well, bye bye, guys. Have a good night.